everyone, and we're here for tip number 15 of Love Your Credit Month. I'm here again with amazing Dena M Falbo, the guru of all things credit with Advantage Credit. And one of the big things that we see, especially millennials and people that have recently gone to school, is student loan debt, right? That is a huge burden on our backs, and that we're always worried, am I gonna qualify with student loans, right? So the good thing, guys, from a mortgage side is that the way that we underwrite has changed quite a bit in terms of how we use the balances and payments on those student loans to benefit you as a consumer. So, if you're daunted by the fact that you don't think you're gonna qualify because of student loans, please contact a professional. Would love if you call me so that we can evaluate that. But Dena, from your perspective, how do you see credit, how does that appear on someone's credit? How's it affected, and what other information do you think our viewers should know about that student loan?
Yeah, so the student loans, obviously they appear in your credit right away, but it also depends on what status they're in. If they're in deferred status, or if they're in active status. So if they're in deferred status, they're not necessarily hurting your score. And I don't think you even use that in the debt to income ratio.
It depends on the loan type. So with VA loans, if you're a veteran, we don't. Other types of loans we do in a different way. But it's good to know for our viewers that it doesn't impact their score.
Right.
So even if they've deferred it out, it's not a negative hit to their score.
Right. And only once it's an active status, and then if there are late payments and those types of things to be considered, that's of course hurting the score. But deferred status doesn't hurt the score. They do appear, and they appear individually, right?
Yes, they do. So when we pull credit as a lender, we don't see the bulk sum that you are used to seeing on your end of what you owe. We actually see them itemized by unit of when they were awarded, which I think was really interesting. And going back to Dena's point of getting your own credit report, that's one of the things you learn, that we see things in that way if you pulled your own.
Right.
But yeah, good to know about all that student loan, and most importantly that it doesn't affect negatively if you're deferred.
Right.
And that also there's a lot of qualifying for mortgage loan aspects that we take into consideration for student loans. So please contact a professional. Don't let that be your burden as to why you're not buying a new house this year. Thanks again, Dena.
You're welcome.
And I'll see you guys tomorrow for our next tip.